Now, we've talked about what kind of religious aspects do we have in the Catholic Business Network, or is there a lot of, it sounds like more like a fellowship type of group than a strictly religious group. Is that the way you view it?
No, I think basically, first of all, our efforts are all bound by prayer, number one. Number two, one of the first things we did was contact the Archdiocese office and ask for some help as far as finding a spiritual advisor. We certainly wanted a religious aspect of all this. And Father Finch, the pastor of St. Ambrose, indeed has become our spiritual advisor and is very, very helpful to us in our weekly meetings. In addition, part of our mission and part of our standards is to encourage the wearing of a sign of our faith, that when we can, wear a crucifix, when we can, wear a miraculous medal in view, and so that those around us know indeed that we are Catholics and Christians and proud of it.
Do you foresee this taking off, becoming a national organization eventually, or is it sort of something that's going to be restricted to the Washington Archdiocese?
I think it's going to just grow like Topsy for a while. I'm a member of the Knights Rock Creek Council in Montgomery County, and I see a lot of parallels in the structure of the Knights as examples of ways of handling some of the administrative connections between the various organizations. Right now, they're each separate organizations. And that got started when we sought the approval of the Archdiocese and Cardinal Hickey, and he gave us approval to establish it in Montgomery County. And I think that was really smart, because we took care of our business at home and were able to demonstrate that it was such a valuable part of the church that it has, the Archdiocese has encouraged it, the Catholic Standard runs ads for it. It's really a growing thing. And I think you will see it cropping up around the country. People understand it. It's an idea whose time has come.
I agree. I think the time is right. Basically, there is a very strong need for Catholic support of schools. Particularly, at least in this area, there certainly is a very strong need here in Prince George's County and Montgomery County and D.C. But I also sense that the combination of Catholics doing business with Catholics, of supporting Catholic schools and Catholic scholarships, and indeed reinforcing our own faith journey is a very, very powerful combination, and it may very well develop into a growth similar to perhaps the Chamber of Commerce growth and the JCs and the Rotarian growth that we've experienced here in this country. It'd be very interesting to see what the Holy Spirit does as far as leading us down that path of growth.
Paul, you've often mentioned the idea of being a businessman as minister or as a ministry. Where did you come up with that idea?
Well, I listen to the prayers of the faithful at Mass, and rarely do you hear any mention of the business community and the tough decisions business people have to make. Rarely do you hear talk about nurses, you know, who make life and death decisions. And these are really ministries. These are activities that are motivated just like being a Eucharistic minister by the faith. And it's time we recognize them and encourage them. And our experience has been that people are ready to do that. And they're ready to wear their faith on their sleeve and to be proud of the fact that they're living their faith in the marketplace and letting their customers know that and acting accordingly. At our last breakfast, Greg Dyer of Dyer Associates, the president of CBN Montgomery County, read a little prayer about what would Jesus do? And I think a lot of these Catholic business people are answering that question according to the terms and understanding of their faith. It's really great to see.
Where do we go from here with the network? So are you going to proselytize, so to speak, get out and try and recruit more members, or allow it to grow naturally, or What kind of intentions do we have?
Well, as far as Prince George's County is concerned, we're interested in building a very strong organization, and that is our first priority. We'd like to expand the idea to Charles County. We had a meeting with them, as we said earlier, on Monday. But the main effort for the next year or two is to build a very strong organization. We just elected our first slate of officers at our meeting just last Friday, the 26th of June. And we have Dave Ritter as our new charter president. We have Jay Churbajian, the dentist from Bowie, as our president-elect. We have John Kincaid, fairly well-known CPA here in Greenbelt, Maryland, and a member of my parish, St. Mark's, as our treasurer, and Christian Reinecker, a young stockbroker, as our secretary. And I think developing that organizational chart, finding members to do the very, very many jobs and tasks that are involved in getting a new organization started is our first priority. We want to step up our efforts later in the summer as far as our fundraising is concerned, and then start making serious inroads into the financial needs of the Catholic schools here in Prince George's County.